From Tobacco Republic in Loomis, California, the Loomis Cigar Cartel presents Beyond the Humidor, a cigar podcast for the rest of us. Hey everybody, Happy New Year. Scott Robinson with you for a new episode of Beyond the Humidor, the first one in 2023. So let's just go around the circle and see how everybody's doing. Let's start off with the Gorilla. How you doing there, Gorilla?
Okay. I'm tired. I didn't sleep well. It's 2023. Woo. I'm here.
Wow.
I'm
man.
sure I was firing on all cylinders at breakfast. I'm in the trough of the wave. Give me about 5 more minutes. The comedy wave will come back up. It's okay. The gorilla has a rhythm. It's okay.
That's what you call that.
Clearly, we got to stop feeding him before the recording.
Yeah. Or giving him cocaine.
Not gonna lie, the waffle kind of just hit me right now. The waffle and the bacon. As we started, I'm like, ooh. That and the cigar I'm smoking all at the same time, kind of just ooh.
Maybe we should go back and just throw bananas at him. No?
How about you? How you doing, Lawrence?
Well, let me see. I got the microphone laying on me because I apparently, even though I'm the one that put out the mic stands, gave myself the shittiest one. You know?
I think Greg swaps parts between all of them, so it's constantly changing.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, because he looks like he's that enthused. Oh, yeah.
We haven't had a train in a while.
We haven't had a train in a while.
Okay, let's just record over it. We don't have. We can. We have.
No. We keep going.
It's an integral. It's part of the ambiance.
Plus, our number one fan likes to hear his former employment go by.
This guy drink. Hey, take it easy, man. We only got 3 of them little airline bottles.
I was told by a certain party last night that I should be nicer. You guys are making that really fucking hard.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, our work here is complete.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So
Let me real quick. We got to go to Greg. We kind of ignored Greg. I know it's easy to do and it's normal, but I'm being nicer. It's 2023.
not with that light shining off his head, it ain't. Ignore him, wise. I mean, go ahead, sir.
How you doing, Greg?
Fire when ready. Shoot him now. Shoot him now. Wait till he gets home. Shoot him now.
Shoot him now. Why not? Live. Scott's death actually happening.
Wow.
I'm. It's an interesting night. Camera Gorilla and Larry live out in the country, so I don't think they get the downtown Fallujah sounds like you and I do. With last night.
Oh yeah. Let's clarify this, shall we? You guys are bitching about fireworks one night a year. We live in the country. We get random gunfire 365. Yeah, hold on while I feel sorry for your nonsense.
Wait, remember, you two live in Placer County. I live in Sacramento County. Random gunfire just happens. So, Mr. Robinson, how are you this morning?
I am very well. So, I had this plan for the beginning of this show. And my spouse immediately put the kibosh on it by making me feel bad. See, my wife doesn't tell me, no, you can't do this. She makes me feel bad. So I was going to read a statement, but I told her I would not. I will leave that. And that's all I'm going to say.
That was a hell of an edit for you.
No, it's an easy. Now it's his choice whether he wants to live or die.
Hello, folks. Camera Gorilla here. I have been asked to read this prepared statement on behalf of Mr. Scott Robinson. Dear viewers, in our last episode, I made some very hurtful statements regarding Christmas, specifically insulting the wholesome Christmas specials that people rely on for not only entertainment, but comfort during a sometimes hectic holiday season. I also made accusatory statements regarding Frosty the Snowman's choice of mate by accusing her of being, quote, a sex doll, unquote. I want to apologize to our audience as well as my co-host and the Camera Gorilla for my insensitive and inexcusable comments. I also want to personally apologize to you and your lovely wife, Frosty. Love is love. Bullying and slut-shaming is not okay and has no place in our modern and enlightened society. I'd also like to apologize to the ghost of Jimmy Stewart and the ghost of Irving Berlin for my criticisms and hatred of It's a Wonderful Life and White Christmas, both of which are wonderful feats of cinema, I now realize my statements come from a place of hurt inside myself, and it is something I need to address. I want to look at this as a teachable moment. In the coming months, I will be reaching out to members of the Snowman, Christmas, and Elven communities to work on my inner Christmas rage so that next year, like Jimmy Stewart's character George Bailey, I will be able to exclaim, "Merry Christmas, you old movie house," with sincerity and zeal. My deepest apologies, Scott Robinson, host, Beyond the Humidor. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. I mean, I have read the prepared statement. It makes me feel a little more vindicated about my choice of Christmas movies versus yours. I will say that. Because you concern me.
I concerned her.
Clearly.
She was rubbing my shoulder for 10 minutes, asking me how Christmas hurt me.
Where did Irving Berlin hurt you? What did Jimmy Stewart say to you before he died? What happened?
Scott was like 4 when Jimmy Stewart died.
Also, if you haven't seen the Christmas episode, what the fuck are you doing? Stop listening to this episode. Go listen to the Christmas episode.
Thank you. See, this is why we keep Camera Gorilla around.
See how fucked up Scott is.
Yeah, marketing. I'm sure that's not it, but, hey. Oh, God.
Did you know Frosty the Snowman had a sex doll? Neither did we. Go listen to the Christmas episode. Scott tells all tonight.
So, Scott, when does your career for TMZ start?
Yeah, it's like SNL meets 60 Minutes.
Oh, God. It's a shame that Barbara Walters passed away because I'd love for her to do my interview. It gets to the part where, every person she interviews, she manages to make cry.
Tell me, Mr. Robinson, how was it that you found out about Frosty?
I said Barbara Walters, not Elmer Fudd.
I only know how to do one. You got to deal with it.
Elmer Walters.
Okie dokie.
And, dude, if you think anybody but The View is interviewing you, you got a sad. Whoopi's going to have all her dreads parted to one side, looking at you in disgust with a list of questions that rolls out like a roll of toilet paper, clear into the next room on The View. Yeah. It's going to be a cross between the Inquisition and, football follies.
I like football follies, so that's fine.
Yeah.
The Inquisition. What, none of you watched History of the World Part 1?
I'm waiting for Part 2, Hitler on Ice. And if you don't get that reference, you are no longer allowed to listen to this podcast.
Amen.
Why is the gorilla taking his earphones off?
We need Gorilla Cam. See, this is why we need Gorilla Cam.
My mind went to Springtime for Hitler.
Oh, wow.
I love my people. Paul! Blowing them out of the air. God, great
We've
movie.
been recording for 5 minutes, and the amount of editing I'm going to have to do just for that 5 minutes is already terrifying me.
So let's get down to brass tacks for a second here.
Here he goes, righting the ship again.
Steer, bitch, steer!
No, he's right. We're 5 minutes in. We're sitting here smoking a cigar and told no one what the hell we're smoking. Oh, Mr. Robinson.
Well, thank you. One of our listeners was very nice enough to give the three of us a cigar to try. Andrew over in Alexandria,
Virginia, yes.
Yeah, he comes out here like once or twice a year during the Christmas holiday, and he was, again, very nice enough to have us smoke this cigar. I have never heard of Paul Gamarian. I know. I truly have not. I mean, he's been at it since 1990.
There goes our PCA membership, Larry.
Yeah. Oh, shut the fuck up. Jesus.
He's been at it since 1302. Didn't he give us a Paul Gamarian once before?
You and I smoked one on one of the episodes. I think it was when he was getting his motor ghetto from Bend,
right.
wasn't it?
Oh, okay. The next question I had was, well, why was I left out?
Because you were in Bend buying your new palace.
Indeed. Okay. So anyway, we were provided this cigar, and it's my first Paul Gamarian, very first one. I have never had this before. It's Dominican filler and binder with Connecticut shade wrapper, in Lancero, Greg's favorite.
Yep.
And it's a delightful cigar. It's really smooth. It's very nice.
It's also really damned old, too.
Yeah. What do you say? 36 years?
Well, the one that I smoked yesterday was 16 years old.
Wow. Yeah, the flavor on this is just
I know.
really smooth. Going good with our whiskey du jour, as it were.
The gift we got from Sarah,
Yes.
the Teely 3, the Trinity pack. We are drinking which one was this? Not single malt. This was there we go. The small batch.
Oh, yeah, small batch. I almost said Reserva, but then it made it sound like tequila. No, this is I've had, I don't know, once or twice had a splash of these, but this brand, but man, this is really good.
Was it with Barry?
No, that'd have been stuck. Well, I'd have blocked that out completely. Although he does have 2 bottles going of this stuff under the counter right now. One is just barely, 3 drops left in the bottle, and the other one's like 3/4.
Well, Teely is his jam, so.
It's what
Good stuff.
I bought him for his birthday last year.
Yeah, I actually have a bottle
The
for
green
Christmas for him. So whenever he comes back in here, I go to his place.
But yeah, this cigar is very nice.
Yeah, really, just really smooth.
Almost a subtle sweetness to the smoke.
Yep.
I'm not getting the sweetness, but I am getting the smooth, and it's got some body to it.
That's because Larry and I are sweeter than you are.
Ooh, he said it. I was thinking it.
I'm trying. It ain't working, but I'm trying.
I'm almost thinking, and I'm not by any means putting down the cigar or the whiskey, but I think that this would be a better coffee pairing.
Yeah.
Look at Homebox there in his coffee
Beer bottle.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, I think this would be a better run with just a nice black, coffee.
I'd agree with
long
you.
pause there for you to deal with, Gorilla.
Phil, I'll ask a question I'm curious about. How was everyone's Christmas?
Quiet and uneventful. Nice time with family. Exactly the way I like it.
Ditto. Nice and quiet, how I like it.
But see, the difference is I don't have children. You don't have grandchildren. He does.
Oh, it was amazing, man. Grandkids came over. They had a great time. It was fun. I mean, I think everybody was just kind of laid back and relaxed. All 3 of the boys were over. So Gorilla has 2 younger brothers, for those of you that were unaware. And
Camera ferret and camera weasel.
wow. Which one's which?
They're interchangeable.
Yeah. Wow. One of them is going to be really upset by that.
Hey, ferret face.
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, I have 2 grandkids. I've got a 4-year-old grandson who pretty much runs the show, and then a 1.5 or so old granddaughter. So that's what Christmas is about.
That'll change real quickly once
Oh, yeah.
she gets older.
Oh yeah, she's already figuring it out, but that's what Christmas is all about. The kids had a great time, and it's just we don't get too crazy at the house. It's kind of a free for all. So come over, hang out, because everybody's got 14 places to be. I get it. So yeah, we had a good day.
Nice.
Anyone get any bitchin' Christmas gifts?
Well, Christmas Eve, we went by a friend's to pick up my slash family Christmas present. We got ourselves a Blackstone griddle, that 36
That's what I'm
incher.
talking about.
I was like, holy crap. When she brought it out, I was just like,
Did you get it out of the car yet?
yeah.
I have the hernia to prove it.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, the old man was like, I could have helped you get it out. It's like, no.
No, you can't.
You got a rod in your leg. I don't want to take a risk of you doing something to that and you're limping and hurting worse than you are now.
So, Greg, each of us now have multiple, Scott and I,
Yeah.
multiple Blackstone products. When are you going to throw a crowbar in your change purse and buy a Blackstone?
I'm too busy buying last SARS.
Jesus.
Actually, if you want to know the truth, I'll have one for camping this year.
There we go. That's what
And I'm going to look at the tailgater, and also we just got the list at work of what we're getting delivered for our first wave of stuff coming in for spring and summer. I got to see the list of what's coming, so I ordered for myself a portable smoker.
Yeah, you'd said something about that. I'm interested in seeing what that looks
Yeah.
like.
So I'll have one of those. So our camping excursions are going to get freaking bitching.
Oh, one other thing that I got from Tiny Wife. This is for me. An authentic German-made beer stein.
Yeah, you posted pictures. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I was actually quite surprised. She was pretty proud of it because a couple of days prior, she's like, do you know what this is? Don't shake it too hard. It's like, put my ear to it. Nope, don't know what it is. I'll find out Christmas. And sure enough.
That's the thing you want to put one of those little motion things in that meows. Holy shit. Oh, God.
Nah, but that was pretty nice. I mean, made of German clay, made in Germany, hand painted in Germany. It's pretty impressive.
Now, is that going to be a display piece, or are you actually going to drink beer out of it?
Mostly display piece. Now, the story behind this beer stein, there's a story behind this. When my wife's mother was alive, she moved out of her house to go into a nursing home. So we were clearing out her house. Now, at the time, we weren't married. We were about 8 months away from being married. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, I'm a little bit of an outsider in all this as they're clearing stuff out of the house. Her father, who was deceased before her mom, he went to Germany and he picked up about maybe 9 authentic German beer steins. These things were beautiful. Now, I took a look at them. I was like, oh, those are pretty cool. But I didn't feel like I was in a position to, you know, hey, could I get those while we're clearing the house out and putting her mother in a home? As I told my wife, it's like, yeah, I would have felt like, you know, one of those old-timey 1920s villains with a wispy mustache and cape going, ooh, I just couldn't do it.
So you were a respectful fiance.
I was being respectful. So then I said, okay, when time finally came and the smoke all cleared, I was like, hey, do you know, what happened to those beer steins? Because I would love to, you know, get those. And she's like, oh, no, those all went with the company that cleared the house out and they sold them. And I was just like, and she looks at me and tells me, you could have asked for them. No, I couldn't. So I usually give her shit about that about every 3 to 6 months. Say, remember those beer steins that you let walk away? Do you know how valuable those were?
Now you got a beer stein, so you got to shut the hell up.
Exactly.
Right,
That's my, here's your beer stein. Shut the fuck up.
Good move, Sue.
I was going to say, I'm surprised she didn't do that a lot sooner.
So
What'd you get there, Gregory?
Yeah.
my brother, Craig,
Uh-huh.
I got 2 gifts from Craig this year. One of them, nice new cigar lighter, always a good thing to have, right?
Either one of them inflatable.
We'll talk about what Craig got for Christmas later. The other gift, which is hilariously cool as far as I'm concerned, is He got me a new coffee cup. It is a Bob Ross coffee cup.
You ever paint it yourself?
No, the cup's black. When you add the hot coffee into it, the painting reveals itself until the cup cools down.
Why are you looking at me like that, Camera Gorilla?
I didn't put a long pause in there.
You should have.
Oh.
Why are we all nervous about that? Like, the camera girl is just sitting here listening. Do I make y'all nervous or something?
No, I was just...
I just looked up.
Okay.
I wasn't looking at... I'm sorry, I got one lazy eye. You got to give me a little bit of a break. Jesus.
I mean, the reality of the situation is, at least for me, I enjoy giving gifts more than receiving them at Christmas time. It's more fun than that. I mean, if we didn't have to do gifts, I wouldn't care. That's not what's important for me.
Yep.
You know, it's getting together with you lunatics and family and stuff like that, you know. But, you know, other than the usual, you know, socks, underwear, the things that a male of our age group gets at Christmas, you know.
I got nothing. I buy my own socks.
Yeah.
I do too.
So
See, that's the boat I'm in. Like, I didn't... It typically is the rule, like, around Thanksgiving, everyone, if you have things you want for Christmas, distribute Christmases. I don't have a Christmas list. I know things that I want. I know, for example, one of the things that would have been on that Christmas list is a new office chair. Like a nice, not from Staples, is going to break in 6 months office chair. I don't feel comfortable asking my friends and loved ones to buy me a $400 office chair because that seems ridiculous. Plus, it's something I want to pick out that's going to fit my fat ass. So, same with, like, I'll probably get a new wallet. I want to pick out what wallet I get. You know, it's not that I don't love my family or trust them to get me something nice, but it's like there's things I want that I don't feel comfortable asking for either because it's expensive or it's because it's something I want to pick the style or version or whatever of. So that's kind of where I'm at with Christmas gifts. Like, give me whatever the fuck you think I want, and I will enjoy it.
Noted for next year, we're getting him gift cards.
There you go.
Pick out what you want, Gorilla.
How about you, Larry?
we're getting him a wallet with a chain. That's what we're getting him. Oh, let's see. What did I get? I'm kind of, and I piss my wife off continually with this because I just buy shit for myself. You know, so not too long ago, right about Thanksgiving time, a little after, a little before, I don't know when it was, about a month ago, I got a new truck. So Gorilla's youngest brother, his girlfriend says to him, "Oh, this is going to be great. We can get your dad truck accessories for Christmas." And my son's like, "Yeah, the hell we can. He's buying every damn thing himself." And which is just what I do. You know, I mean, sorry. It is what it is. But, you know, cool stuff. You know, like I said, Christmas I'm kind of in Greg's boat. Christmas is more about, you know, the little kids and just being together with family. So it is what it is.
Now, Larry, I know we've heard on the show the vacuum and the barbecue story. What'd you get for your wife for Christmas?
Oh, man, put me on the spot. Well, we, you know, again, every year we talk about this. We're not getting gifts for each other. Bullshit. And so there was a pair of slippers purchased. Nice, solid, heavy sole, can go outdoor slippers. I also bought her seat covers for her truck because I got seat covers to go on my truck and I wasn't going to listen to that. And last minute purchase that was not supposed to arrive in time for Christmas, but did. And then the girl and I practically got a hernia putting in the back of my truck, which I need to unbox today. I was planning on unboxing yesterday, but it literally rained the entire day from the time I got up till the time I went to bed. So I didn't do that. A walk behind yard/patio vacuum. We have a huge concrete patio with a pool. And we also have 2 oak trees next to said pool. Not wonderful. So to keep the leaves out of the pool, We need something that will pick them up, not just blow them around. So that's what I got. So some assembly required.
Okay. See, I love the story of we're not going to get each other anything for Christmas.
Oh, that's the biggest horse shit.
The biggest lie ever. Because then what winds that usually the conversation starts shortly before Thanksgiving. We're not going to get each other anything for Christmas. We got this, and this year. We don't need to like spend a whole bunch of money on each other. Okay. And then about 2 weeks later, you hear something about, once the Christmas tree is put up, it's like, oh, I got you something. And then something else is coming from Amazon in about 2 days, so don't go look at it. So then I'm sitting here like, oh, so make me look like an asshole. So then I do the mad dash trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to get her for Christmas.
Yeah, if you actually fall for that, guys, you want to know the look on somebody's face when you actually don't purchase a Christmas gift. Go ahead and squirt a cat in the face with a squirt gun. That's about the look you're going to get on Christmas morning when the realization of, hey, I followed what you said and didn't purchase a Christmas gift comes to reality. Yeah, no. Bad idea. Take a tip from your Uncle Air. Buy a gift.
Yeah, because the worst thing is not going to be her screaming at you or yelling at you, calling you a cheap son of a bitch. It'll be like, no, that's perfectly okay. She gets you something so incredibly nice. Then you feel like a jerk and you're just like, you got me a new truck? Or something ridiculous like that. And it's like, well, I didn't get you anything. Oh, that's okay. The worst thing she can say to you. Then you're on a year-long guilt trip.
I think we figured out where Christmas hurt him.
Yes, I think we did.
No, not at all. Because usually I win. She won this Christmas.
There's denial. Now we just need anger, bargaining, and acceptance. There you go. I feel anger coming. Next is the part where I bargain for my life.
Yeah.
Well,
moving right along.
And then is the acceptance when you lose your life.
Yeah.
I am not a monster. Jesus.
So Mr. Robinson, I got to stop you for a second.
Yes. Go on.
You don't usually win every year. In the time I've known you, this is now the second year Sue has won.
You're right.
The drone was the first one I saw.
Yeah.
I forgot about the drone.
Yeah, so she's trending. No, there was the drone and then the watch.
The watch when you were in Aruba, wasn't it? Which
Jamaica.
lavish vacation was that?
Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. Was that Operation Cuban Liberation?
No, Cuban Liberation was... Wait a minute. Oh, let me give this some thought.
Cuban Liberation was Jamaica, but it must
but it was in August. Yeah, because it was Jamaica. It was during Jamaican Independence Day, and then that December we went back, and so Cuban Liberation was it was the second one. Holy shit!
Jamaican Independence Day. Ungrateful colonials.
Dude, face it, nobody likes the English. I mean, just no one. Your food sucks. Your weather sucks. Your monarch sucks.
The new one does.
I mean, the old one wasn't fabulous either. Let's be honest.
You don't like fish and chips, huh?
You people are too fucking lazy to change.
You don't like fish and chips, huh?
Vinegar is not a condiment.
Yes. But it is a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is.
Damn it.
Fish and chips is all right, but this is America. We change everything and make it better. God damn it, we leave the vinegar in the cupboard where it belongs.
True, I don't like malt vinegar on my fish and chips, but
God, this is spiraling the fucking drain. Isn't it?
Truly is.
Jesus Christ, more whiskey. That'll help.
Yeah, it usually does.
There are not enough free Beaver royalty-free clips on the internet for this.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh, good.
There you go. You did it to yourself, dumbass.
Jesus Christ. See,
Okay, what are we talking about?
No,
Beaver.
talk about beaver. I'm just thinking I've used all the ones I found. I got to go find new ones. New beavers. What? Did I say something funny?
you kind of did.
I don't understand. Please explain.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Feel that one, Greg.
Yeah.
Here's a ground ball coming your way, dumbass.
Tell us more, Greg, about finding new beaver. How does one find new beaver, Greg? Why are we asking him?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, take it easy, man. We're gonna have to resuscitate this fool.
Somewhere in here, there's a Star Trek intro joke.
Listen,
The last time explored.
Breathe.
I did. I breathed coffee.
You could be his wingman as you guys look for new beaver.
Well, yeah, who are you pointing at?
Unless,
Jack?
I said him.
Okay.
unless we're setting a trap in a pond in Minnesota, I don't know how to find them.
Because I have my eyes closed praying. Yeah. Oh, God.
The chair recognizes the host
That is
in the middle.
This is so juvenile. I'll just stop it right here. That was very juvenile.
This episode's going to be a 5-minute intro, 30 minutes of beaver break, and then the outro, I think.
What I was getting at before this fool started was I find the beaver breaks actually nice, relaxing. It's like my mind goes at ease as I see the beavers going through their, normal toil. It's kind of awesome. Nice soft music, and the beavers just going about their business. It's something that makes me feel better.
I'm gonna go stand.
And I
on the
thank
railroad
you,
track.
Camera Gorilla, for Beaver Break. See,
So, Larry, we had some great interviews over this past year, don't you think?
You ain't saving this now, man.
nope. Sorry, Greg.
2022, the year we died. No, it was. It's been fun, man. We've had a good run.
Wait, is it over?
I don't know, man. We'll have to see after this episode comes out. I think we got some cool stuff planned for 2023. Mm-hmm. I mentioned at breakfast, they have posted the date for Smokelahoma.
Okay.
It is April the 29th, so that's coming right up. Oh, Greg just rolled his eyes. What is that? Is that quail season, or what's the problem here? Is that blowing up a small bird with a landmine season?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well, throw on your
I gotta get
Elmer
my Elmer
Fudd
Fudd
hat. Let's
hat.
go.
And a landmine.
So I just ran across the date last night when I was looking it up randomly. So we're gonna have to do a little more investigation on that and see what's going on.
Sounds good.
Interview wise, we still got some stuff we're working on. So there is that. I think once the weather improves, I mentioned this before, and I know you're listening out there. We need to get the No Bullshit Kitchen fired up in Daphne, I believe it is, Alabama, Dauphine, something, I don't know. But Pat Nelson is officially a resident of Alabama now, so we need to reach out to Pat and get him on remote, to see if we can, exceed the number of fuck yous via telephone.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to 2023. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Greg, you're powering through that cigar, man. No?
Yeah, no, I'm 45 minutes in and a little over halfway through. I'm doing okay.
Is that okay? That's about right. All right.
Yeah. See,
wanna-
it's not down to the nub. See?
No, yeah, you want to try about 90 minutes or so on a Lancero. You, on the other hand, can go hours on one.
That's because I hold it more than I smoke it. I feel creepy with a Lancero. I can't help it.
How you doing on yours, Gorilla?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, we're getting there.
No, that's a Lancero as well, yes? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll be damned. Look at that.
Lovely.
Do you have a fear of a Lancero?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Hey,
God, this is a tough group. What?
back about 6-8 months ago. Yeah, because Paul was still here. You bought us a barber pole 60 ring gauge Asylum 13.
Oh, yeah.
I was then, again, an equal amount of a smart ass and got the 80 ring gauge version of that same cigar. Did you try that? Did you smoke that thing? Because I know he hasn't.
Let me qualify that. The 60 ring gauge barber pole was not an Asylum 13. That was a house stick from down in Monterey, from one of the shops down there. But yes, I have smoked the 80 ring gauge Asylum. It is about a 4-hour smoke, and very good cigar. A lot of times when you get 70 ring gauge and above, it's more of a novelty than it is a cigar. Not the case with Asylum stuff. I picked up 2 of their sample packs at Rocky Mountain of all of their 80 ring gauge stuff, and I've smoked 3. I think there were 6 in there, if I remember right. I've smoked 3 of them, and all 3 of them have been really good cigars. But, again, it's one of those things where when you have a cigar that size, that needs to be your operation. That can't be something you're smoking while you're trying to do something else, or if you don't have a significant amount of time to devote to smoking a cigar. Because if all you've got is an hour and a half to 2 hours, don't light up an 80 ring gauge. By 7 3/4, because you're going to be less than halfway into it.
Yeah.
And then, in my personal opinion, I don't think larger ring gauge cigars relight very well. And I don't know what the why that would be so much different, but I could set this Lancero down, go do something for an hour, hour and a half, come back and relight this Lancero, and I would be okay with it. With a bigger cigar, that doesn't seem to be the case for me personally. I feel that you get something that's almost stale.
Stale, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why that works, that direction, with the bigger cigars. I'm not sure why that is, but that's just how I interpret it, relighting one of the big ones. There was something else that I tried, and I was trying to think. I specifically set the band aside, and I was going to bring it today and talk about it, and then I didn't. I can't remember. It was something else that came out of our bag from Rocky, actually, year before this last, and it was something I had never heard of. I don't remember talking to him, there at Rocky Mountain, but it was a Connecticut torpedo that was really good. So I will track the band down on that and bring that up too, because that's the nice thing about going to these cigar events, is you see a lot of different stuff that you may not see at your local brick and mortar. When I was looking up last night to see if they'd posted anything for Smokelahoma for this year, last year I was just scrolling on the main page, and I would say right at about half the vendors that were at Smokelahoma last year, I've never heard of.
Oh, wow.
Never seen any of their product, don't recognize the name, don't recognize the logo or the label, anything. And that excites me, man. Okay, let's go check out some new stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to for this year. Now, when you smoke the bigger one or the smaller one? I got so tied up on what I was saying.
No, you did give us a 60 ring gauge Asylum as well.
Oh, okay.
Which I smoked the 60, and it's a lovely cigar. I did do it in one sitting. You've never done that, but Scott's been up to Paul's place when he lived up there in Auburn. We were sitting on the sheep deck one night, and I was smoking that 60 ring gauge.
Time out. Say that again slower.
Holy sheep deck, Batman.
That's what it sounded like.
Sheep deck.
Deck. Thank you.
DECK.
Ooh. Oh.
Because you know there's 3/4 of people listening to this. So why did he just say sheep dick?
Sitting on.
The sheep dick. Terrible. Continue on.
I can see why that could be a problem. I'm glad you clarified.
Also, I remember where the 60 gauge asylums came from Cigar Grotto in Oceanside.
Yes.
They had those. Yep.
And, it was a great stick. 60 ring gauge is not my normal go-to size for me. I prefer 54 and below, but it was such a nice, well-rounded, well-flavored cigar that I probably would guess going up to the 80, which I have one in my humidor. I just, as you alliterated, I don't have that time commitment for that right now. Mm-hmm. But if the 80 smokes and has a flavor profile as well as the 60 did, it's got to be a good stick.
Yep. I've had very few 70 and above that were really memorable. I mean, really good cigars. I think some manufacturers do something that size more of a novelty than a production cigar. Mm-hmm. In some cases, maybe not very many, but I think the bigger range gauge cigars we're starting to see a few more of, and that's why we're starting to see maybe a little bit better cigars in that big size. But Asylum stuff, I was impressed with them right from the get-go. I think they've had a good product for a long time, and it just keeps getting better.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that as far as the larger ring gauges, because as I was educated on cigars, as I've gone through my journey, I've kind of walked away from the bigger ring gauges and gone for, smaller. But to hear that, you're getting some flavor out of the larger ring gauges, I really want to do that Asylum 13, just a matter of time commitment.
Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest problem for me is, when am I going to have 4 to 6 hours to sit down on that?
Well, and then, learning more about the process of actually making a cigar and what goes into it, you can tell in the bigger ring gauges how things are rolled differently. One of the really nice things I like about Asylum's large ring gauge stuff is the draw you get. The volume of smoke that you get out of a 60 or 80 ring gauge Asylum is amazing. And sometimes it's just great to sit down with a nice dark beer or a nice coffee and get a ton of smoke volume. Mm-hmm. Just not really any power per se. Not a lot of crazy flavors, just some good smoke volume, and that's enjoyable, man. That's fun.
Well, I know one of the biggest things that I know we've all have this problem, and it's for me, it's infuriating when I get a cigar, cut it, light it, and then proceed to get far less than the smoke volume I think I'm supposed to get. Mm-hmm. It just takes off of the flavor and the aroma, and it's like, nah, this doesn't work for me.
Well, and I don't like having to work on one. I don't want to get a draw poker and some liquid plumber and whatever it is. I'm lazy, man. I want to cut it, light it, and smoke it. I don't want to have to reinvent the wheel and poke an air hole in it and.
The sweet spot is when you draw into it and you get like that small, and you can sense that small little bit of air along with the smoke that comes with it. Mm. And you get that. Oh man, that's the sweet spot.
Well, I'm thinking about it. How did you cut that 60 ring gauge?
Straight cut.
Did you straight cut it or did you punch it?
Straight cut.
See, on the 80s, all I've done now with them is punch them. And we got the cool two size punch from Santa this year, so I'm looking forward to trying that larger punch on it. But yeah, the first 80 ring gauge I did, I couldn't do it on my bench, my desktop fork cutter because it won't fit in there. So I took this old slide cutter that I had, and I just mashed the shit out of the end of that cigar trying to cut it. And then, so for the first 40 minutes, I'm puff, wiping tobacco off the end of your tongue. I'm like, this is a horrible experience. But, live and learn.
Yeah, well, that's the problem is, is manufacturers, now that the 80 ring gauge is coming out and it's becoming a more popular line and not a novelty, the cutter manufacturers are going to have to up their game a little bit.
Yeah, there's going to have to be. I'm surprised, or I won't be surprised. Let's put it that way. If we don't see something in the future from Asylum, that's a larger cutter, branded to them for their bigger cigars. What I'd like to see, guys, in an 80 ring gauge would be a lunch break. I mean, something 80 ring gauge, but short. Half the size of that.
Trying to smoke a hockey puck? Fuck.
No, but trying to cut down on the 4.5 hour commitment.
Yeah. Get that bit. Think about it. Bearwood, Scott, you got that look of disgust on your face.
It's not disgust. It's more of a fascinating.
A nub, but 80 ring gauge.
Yeah, an 80 ring gauge nub, man. So that you have that smoke volume.
In 4 inches.
In 4 inches.
Scott, get your mind out of the gutter.
What? I'm just a happy person. And I was just laughing.
Sometimes you want a cigar that's not going to hit bottom, but it'll beat the hell out of the sides.
Jesus Christ, there it is. I knew that was coming. As soon as you said the 80 ring gauge lunch break, I'm like, cue the Ron White bit.
Wow.
Cheese wheel.
But no, on all serious though, man. I mean, did somebody just make a duck noise?
That's Scott.
What the fuck was that? Somebody step on a duck?
Great, now we're going to have beaver break and duck diversion.
Dude, we're running out of animals. It's like the small animal posse in here.
Give me a second. We're not running out of animals.
Wait till we get to Aardvark.
Jeez. I'm getting my kangaroo.
So going back, speaking of the emotional support kangaroo, going back to novelty 70 ring gauge cigars, I think we might have a new candidate for the Beyond the Humidor cigar line when it happens.
Oh, that's right.
So we have the helpful beaver, the emotional support kangaroo, Jack the donkey. We have
the company squirrel.
The company squirrel. We have another one. Let me pitch it to you guys. So there's a little bit of a backstory here. You guys know I have the MASH podcast, Best Care Anywhere, with my two buddies, Jared and Ethan. A couple episodes ago, we were watching what is one of my least favorite episodes, Edwina.
Oh, God.
It's the episode where Hawkeye goes on the date with the nurse that just fucks everything up constantly. But in that episode, on their big date night, she's wearing a kimono and he's wearing the male version, the yukata. And my buddy Ethan, before we actually open the show and start, I have the recording going because we're comedy gold sometimes, mostly Ethan. Ethan's comedy gold because he's dumb. Ethan, I love you if you're listening, but you are a goofy human being. So he's mentioning he would love a robe like Hawkeye's, and the conversation between yukatas and kimonos, and our friend Jared kind of explains, the difference between them. And my buddy Ethan, he's like, kimono, like the dragon. And Jared and I just pause, like, what is he talking about? And we're like, what? And he's like, kimono dragon. Long pause. Ethan, shut the fuck up. And we all, laugh and carry on with the episode. I thought nothing more of it. Ethan can draw. So a few days after that, the episode goes live, I get a message on my phone. Ethan had hand-drawn one off. I don't think he did any drafts on a piece of notebook paper with a ballpoint pen, he drew, and I'll put it on screen now, a kimono dragon, which you guys have seen. I propose, in addition to the previous cigars mentioned, the 70 by 7 3/4 Candela cigar, the kimono dragon. Thoughts?
I'm in.
Okay.
Take my money.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Hey, Brandon, we're going to need your help.
Oh, no.
Wow.
And we could do a partnership. You can get a kimono dragon and a feathered serpent together. The reptilian pack.
There you go. Brandon from Apostate's going, fuck, I never should have talked to them.
Yeah, because it's only him that's doing that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, God.
You guys are sick.
Our cigar ideas far outweigh our budget.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So,
Champagne taste on a Kool-Aid budget.
That's it. Send your money to the Lord. Here's our address. Oh, God. But, yeah, I mean, you know,
We could get Scott ordained. He could pull it off.
I'd send him that thing on how to get Dudism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from
Just
Big
no.
Lebowski.
No.
Get him ordained through the Unitarian Church of Fresno, California.
For those of you listening in Fresno, gorilla means nothing by that.
Our one listener.
God, this is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Happy New Year, everybody. So, thoughts on the
Dude,
Gamarian?
well, hold on a second, man. You went from halfway on that cigar to down to the label in about
15 minutes.
Has it been 15 minutes?
Yes.
God, we fucked this off, haven't we?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not getting my 90 minutes out of this one, but anyway.
I like it, man. It's smooth. It's really it's almost kind of a creaminess to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm halfway into it, I mean, I wouldn't smoke in front of a bunch of people because it's a Lancero and I look like an idiot. But no, it's a good stick. What are you pointing at?
Our audience.
Yeah, I know. They've already realized that I'm an idiot.
Mr. Robinson?
Again, I just pretty much copy what Larry said. I mean, really smooth and creamy, delightful smoke. And this is from the Gourmet series. And I think, like you said, this is pretty old.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you again, Andrew, for this.
Yeah, Andrew, that was incredibly nice of you.
Yeah.
And I think we should do a little more research into these and see what else there is in this line, gentlemen.
Too bad we can't get him out of here. Andrew, we're going to need your help.
Some small bills and an unmarked envelope.
Yes.
We've done it before.
We'll do it again.
That'll do.
And if you work for the government, I disavow any of this.
It's all Scott's fault.
Yeah. Wow.
The fuck, man?
I think that might have to be the title of this episode.
I am not a monster.
Also an optional title for this episode.
You're just winning today.
I try so hard.
Oh, here we go.
Just,
That's all right. How's the gumbo coming?
well, as soon as we hit the stop button on this, I'll be heading home to start making roux.
Look at you.
Cue the music, Gorilla.
Yeah. We're outie, bitches.
Since gumbo is now on the timetable,
Well, smoke's getting close to the nub, and the scotch glass is empty, and the gumbo needs cooking, so I think it's about that time.
Get busy, Cookie.
God help us.
Go ahead. Keep going.
You ever been beat to death with a microphone?
Now he's a monster, folks. Guess what?
I'm not a monster.
I'm not a monster. Whack. I'm not a monster. Whack.
I want to take this time to say goodbye to Greg and thank our audience. And on behalf of the soon deceased Greg, myself, the Gorilla, and Larry, thank you for listening. Check us out on LumisCigarCartel.com. Like and share us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Don't be a stranger. Drop us a line and let us know you're out there. I'm Scott Robinson, and on behalf of all of us here at Beyond the Humidor, we look forward to chatting with you on the next episode. But until then, take care, stay safe, and good smoke, good drink, and good life. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Get to cooking cookie. You couldn't find a tall building to jump off of?
How are you going to get his fat ass on a tall building?
Let alone near the edge.
Jesus Christ, man. That's like rolling a grapefruit off a ping pong table.